Hi there, it's Simone. I'm here today with a review of the InkFlight box, which is another subscription box based or centered around ink samples. It is a monthly subscription box that comes with 7 2 milliliter ink samples plus box extras. And I am sharing the contents of the box right now. There is a sticker that is Halloween themed featuring the Inktopus, which is the mascot of Ink Journal. There is a description of the items that are included in the box. There is the right notepad with ledger paper. I think they are assorted colors, and I happen to get the red one. There is a pen loop from Peter Popper Press. There is stickers, little teeny tiny ghosts from Midori, and then the ink samples in the bubble wrap back there. So that's the box extras that were included in the October box. They vary from month to month, and this whole box cost you $30 plus shipping outside the US, and if I'm not mistaken, then you do not get free shipping automatically. If you want to get free shipping as a US resident with a US shipping address, then you would have to enter a coupon code. So, yeah, I'm not sure if that is displayed easily on the page, but if you Google it, you will find it. I received the October InkFlight box that featured Krishna inks. They are an Indian company, and it started out in 2010, if I'm not mistaken, as a hobby. And then this hobby developed into a passion, and now they are appreciated by a worldwide audience. That's what the description on the InkFlight paper says. 7 of these inks are included. 3 of those were released this spring, so in the spring of 22. One is an ink that was released in the summer of 22, and then 3 that are not further described if they are just fresh releases or part of the regular lineup. 7 samples. They vary in color from greens, a green beige, purple, blue, another green, a red, and another blue. So you have various range of colors. There's different shading properties with these inks. There's a sheening ink. There is, I think that's all there is. That's the base colors. While I'm sampling those, let me tell you a bit more. I have been watching several YouTubers. I found them through how did I find Inksplat? When I started to getting into the fountain pen hobby, of course, I looked for YouTubers that would also be in this hobby. I Googled specific search words and all of those things, and I found Inksplat, Manda B. She shares the InkFlight box every month and has been for several years. Through her, I found Maria Rousseau, and then also the Dormouse's Desk. All 3 of these YouTubers share the InkFlight boxes every month. They participate in the community activities that surround this InkFlight box. And I've been on the fence of subscribing multiple times, but before I would actually commit, I wanted to just check it out at least once and see what else is out there. That's why I did the review of the pen palette that I did several weeks, almost a month ago now, by True Fae. So this subscription works like any other regular subscription. You receive a box every month. Everyone receives the same box. At the end of the month, there is a reveal on the Ink Journal blog, where again Tom talks about the inks, what inks he included, maybe the reason why he included those or picked those for the month. He also talks about tasting notes. So besides the regular description of the ink, like for instance, this one that I am sampling right now or swatching right now is Krishna Bamboo Shoots, and on the paper it says a fresh light green ink that shades with a bluish halo and clouds of ochre. So that's the description, but his tasting notes go a bit deeper. He talks about his own experience when he uses these inks, and that gives this box a very personal flair. You can compare your experience with the one that is written there. I definitely know that all of the YouTubers that I mentioned earlier, they watch each other's videos and compare their own feelings toward each of these inks, toward the whole box with each other. Do they agree? Well, whatever, that an ink is muddy. Do they like it? Do they not like it? Which makes this a fun experience. It's more based, well, of course there is inks. You get something for the money, but you also not just get product, you also get community. And that's a good segue into the price. With the Trophy box, it was super easy to find shops where I could get samples of all of the inks that were included in that box. Or the inks that were included, the bottles were so easy to acquire that it wouldn't really make sense to purchase a sample, but it would probably make more sense to just purchase an ink bottle of those inks. With this one, the October box, and then I went back and compared or priced out the September box as well. It was a bit harder. First of all, I could not find any ink samples that were sold by a US online retailer. The only retailer I found is an Australian-based company called Desk Bandits, and I did not check if you would get all 7 of these inks as samples, but where a Krishna ink sample ranges in price of about $150, which would bring the samples to a total of $10.50. However, that's just the samples. You would still have to get the package from Australia to the United States, assuming that you are here in the States. Bottles of these Krishna inks are also really hard to get. I found 2 online shops in the United States where you can get 3 or 2 of the colors that are included in these samples. So Panorama has 3 of the 3 spring colors, which the bottles are 20 milliliter bottles, and they are priced at $9.50 over at Kirkside. And then Pen Chalet has two of the colors that are included in the set, one of the spring color and the summer blue. One of the bottles is 10 and the other one is 14. So yeah, let's just sink this in. And then I checked online for prices for the Notepad on the right. What are those called? Right Notepads and Co. The Notepad is $8.99. The ghost stickers I found on JetPens for $4.35. The Peter Popper Press. I love that name. Pen loop is $3.95. That brings this whole box to $27.79. Without the ink journal sticker, it was made by an artist. And then if you would go on Etsy, or I sell stickers that are this size for around $4. That would bring the whole box value to just over $30. The September box is pretty similar. I priced it out, if you can say that, let's put it in quotation marks, to about $29.15 without the stickers. The sticker, the ink journal sticker, I always feel like that's the gimmick that you give because you want your company's logo or mascot on other people's journals as a, visibility marker. People will ask you about this sticker, and then I will tell them that it's from the Inkflight box, making free advertisements for you, basically. But again, with the sticker, which is definitely very pretty, it would get the box to just about over $30. So why is that so? My thought to this about this is that you don't just pay for the products that you get with this box, but you also pay for the fact that you get inks that are really hard to get here in the States, that are really hard to get because they're so sought after that if you don't get in on the purchase right away, then maybe they're already all sold out. In September, the inks that were included are troublemaker inks, and I know that several of, I think Maria mentioned that she really loved one of those inks, but she would have to purchase it from Galen Leather because that was the only shop that had one of the colors still in stock, if I remember correctly. They are new inks. They are rare inks that are included. August had 7 samples of the just this summer, maybe in June, Sailor released a new line of inks, chromo shading inks that are the Sailor Urameko inks. So 7 of those inks were included in that box. And hello, of course I would love to try all of the Sailor Urameko inks because I'm super curious. I would love to see how they write, what ink properties they have, but I definitely don't want to buy 7 bottles of those inks. That's part of what the appeal of this, that's part of the appeal of this box for sure for me, or that's why I would definitely go ahead and subscribe. Another part of this of the appeal, and I think I mentioned it earlier, is that you do get a community aspect with this box. People participate in the 30 Inks 30 Days challenge that is hosted by Ink Journal every month. That has 30 full days. Well, that doesn't sound right. That doesn't have 31 days. So there is one that just started yesterday. There is a whole range of people that are active on social media, sharing the inks, sharing their experience with the inks, and that makes it quite appealing. So now, where are we at? I just finished sampling the inks, and I was really surprised when I saw that the ledger paper was quite good with the fountain pen ink, and one of the reasons that kept me from actually subscribing to the Inkflight box was the box extras that you get every month, and I just wanted to see or feel them. I didn't know what was included in the October Inkflight box, and when I think I watched a video before I received my box. I saw that notepad. I was like, oh, wow, a notepad? I don't need another notepad. But to my own surprise, that notepad, I've been using it almost daily. It's a super nice thing that I can plop next to my laptop when I'm working, next to me when I'm journaling. Whatever I do, there is room for this teeny tiny notepad, and I can jot down all of those things that go through my head when I'm doing something, and I just need to quickly jot it down, that I used to use my bullet journal for, but that I never have opened. And then I think, okay, when I sit down and I open my notebook, I have to write it down. Now I am actually thinking about switching my whole planner system just because of that notepad. I like it so much. So yeah, would I subscribe? I actually think that depends on various different reasons. So one reason I am hesitant is that I get 7 ink samples every month, and that adds up really quickly. So will I be okay with having ink samples in my stash, and 7 this month, 14 next month, 21 the following month, that I might not be inking up into all of the pens? I usually ink up 9 pens per month. So if I ink 7 of them with the Inkflight samples, then that leaves me 2 with samples that I receive from friends, samples that I saw on a YouTube video that I would like to try, 2 with inks that I have in my own stash that are bottled, and I don't feel like that's doable for me. I don't really want to do that. I want to mix my own ink rotation, and I am not 100% sure that I would not get overwhelmed by all of those inks. However, if you look at it as a fun monthly experience where you get to swatch the inks, where you can experience inks that you usually don't get anywhere else, then yes, of course, if the swatching is enough for you and you don't really have the urge to use all of those inks, and they pile up and then make you feel guilty because you're not using them right away, then absolutely. Also, I would, since there are so many videos readily available, I would suggest that watching several extras in the boxes, or they are on their site. You don't have to watch all of the videos. Just look through the reveals every month to see if these extras are something that you could live with, or what if you don't really like all of the extras? Are you okay with just the experience and basically giving away, using these as presents for someone else, so that you feel like you got your money's worth? At the time of filming this voiceover, the subscription has been sold out for the past 1.5 months. I know that they just did not really receive enough ink for the October Inkflight boxes, so maybe they are open now because it's November when this video publishes. I think I am going to subscribe because I did have a lot of fun with the inks, and I do think that I want to use several of the inks that I received this time around in one of my future ink rotations. I also just plopped the one ink that didn't really appeal to me, and you can guess in the comments below which one that was, and send it to my friend. And she just texted me the other day and told me that she really, really, really loved that ink. Are you subscribed to the Inkflight box? I would love to know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much to Tom for sending me the Inkflight box. I really loved checking it out. Yeah, I hope you, if you are not subscribed and you have been thinking about it, you have a good resource to make an informed purchase decision. Ooh, I shouldn't say that word. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye.